Hello, violin people. How are we doing? So the first thing that I want to go over with you guys today is I want to recap the example we added last week. That's on page 19. It's example 64, Essential Elements Quiz, the D major scale. And this is a really important one. So honestly, I'm probably going to add a play along to this for all our videos through the end of the year. This is something you'll carry into Violin 2, second year violin, if you're going to do that. And it's also something that will become part of a concert when you guys are able to kind of partake in a concert next year. So I'm going to play through it twice. I'm going to do it once pizzicato, and I'll read you the notes, and then I'm going to do it again with the bow, arco. Because you're not going to get a super clear view of my hand because I don't want to lean forward like this while I'm trying to play. We've got our open D. If we use our first finger on the first piece of tape on that string, we've got E, second finger is F sharp, third finger is G, then we go to the open A string, first finger is B, second finger is C sharp, third finger is high D, okay? So the pizzicato version of the D major scale, again, this is example 64. 1, 2, ready, go. D, D, E, E, F sharp, G, G, A, B, B, C sharp, high D, D again, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, and just one D to end it. Then we pick up the bow. I'm not going to say the letters out for this one, okay, but I will give you a count off so you can try it along with me. Here we go. We're balancing it. First of all, we're making sure we've got that correct bow hold. Then we're going to balance that bow on the D string. We obviously want to watch out for the part when we're coming back down the scale and we have to go from open A to third finger G. If you're struggling with that a little bit, do a little bit more work with the pizzicato version of this. That'll kind of help you master it without having to worry about the bow as well. All right, here we go. The D major scale. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so even I got a little bit of squeak on that G. That's okay. You get that, rewind a little bit, give it another go, okay? You can rewind this as many times as you like and play along and look at my face as many times as you need to. All right, so the new song we are going to learn today, we're going to need to go to page 14 in our books. And we're looking all the way down at number 42 on page 14, Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Now, we're going backwards in this because we're not exactly following the order of the book. The order of the book spends a lot more time with just pizzicato plucking than we did. We wanted to make sure that we got the bow in, so we kind of jumped ahead to page 17, 18, and 16, 17, 18, where they introduced the bow. Now we're going back to songs that use all these different notes, all the notes from the D major scale, and it's telling us to play them pizzicato. We're going to add some bowing in, however. The thing to remember, even though we don't have the bow markings on this song, is that you usually start with a down bow. Unless it tells you not to, you usually start with a down bow. After that, we're just going to go back and forth unless it tells us not to, okay? So for Old MacDonald Had a Farm, the main melody is going to be played on the D string. We're going to start with 3 Gs, and then we drop down to D. Okay, that's that first measure. Second measure comes back in with E, E, D. And what's cool about this is a song we know. So if we're playing it the right way, we're going to know about it. It sounds like this. G, 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 D, E, E, D. Second part of that melody is equally familiar. Now we're going up to that note B. okay? That means we're gonna find A string, open A string, but we're putting down that first finger on that first piece of tape. It'll go B, B, open A, and then we've got to set up that G. Again, that tricky part from the D major scale, we've got to go from open A to all the fingers to get down that G. So this is what the top line sounds like. And you might notice that there is another note on the end. That's what we call a pickup note. It's going to kind of lead us back into the main part of the melody. So like if we were singing this, we would sing, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. That last note on the line is meant to represent the and. So we would sing, and on that farm he had some whatever he had, pigs maybe. Okay? So when we get to the end, we're going to have rest, rest. D, G, 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 D, E, E, D, B, B, A, G. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the top line with the repeat. I'm going to play it pizzicato with you guys, then I'm going to do an arco version, okay? Starting on G, pizzicato first. 1, 2, ready, go. G, 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 D, E, E, D, B, B, A, G, rest, rest. Here's D, D, G, 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 D, E, E, D, B, B, A, G. Okay, now we are going to try an arco version, okay? Maybe drop the tempo a little bit, but it's gonna be the same general idea. So let's start on G. 1, 2, ready. A little slower than that maybe. 1, 2, ready, go. G, 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 D, E, E, D, B, B, A, G, D, G, 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 D, E, E, D, B, B, A, G. And that's going to be it. Now, we do have that note at the end of the line again. That's going to lead us into the second line, okay? On the second line, we are going to play it pizzicato. And I don't mean we're going to play it pizzicato and then play it arco. I mean we're going to leave this one pizzicato, okay? Now, when you practice this, practice it with the bow in your hand because the final product in this song is going to switch like this, okay? So the second line is going to go D, G, 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 okay? And again, there's a D at the end, but that's going to be a pickup. That's going to lead us into line 3. And if you look carefully at line 3, you're going to notice it's actually the same as line 1, just no repeat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a play-along version of the complete song. I'm going to play arco on the first line. I'm going to repeat. When I get to the end of the first line for the second time, I'm going to switch from the bow hold to the pizzicato hold. And I'm going to play the second line, pizzicato. When I get to the end of line 2, I'm going to switch back to the bow. Now, in that last line, you wouldn't have any rest between the arco part and the pizzicato part. I'm going to give you a little bit of a break in there because that's a pretty big ask. And then I'll play the entire last line, arco. Okay? So nice and slow so we can get the hang of it. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to put a little more rosin on my bow. Make sure I don't squeak too horrifically. And I think we're ready to go. Setting up on G, top line is arco. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. G, 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 D, E, E, D, B, B, A, G, D, G, 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 D, E, D, B, B, A, G. Here's where we switch. D, G, 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 switch back. D, G, 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 D, E, E, D, B, B, A, G. And that's our ending, okay? Feel free to rewind and play the different parts of that line. Just make sure you got a good handle on it and see if you can put that whole entire arrangement of it together, all right? I will be back next week, guys. In the meantime, take it easy. Don't forget to loosen those bows before you put them away. Goodbye.